How do you stay updated on what's important to you?
I guess I try and watch whatever news I can on TV and try and read from different sources on the web.
Usually online. I tend to check out CNN.com. I also read the Metro. And sometimes I'll go to Fark.com just to see the weird and crazy news, and I'll sort of click on things off of that. So I spend a lot of my time online.
We are reading and watching online.
Yes, me too. The same.
From a news perspective, I guess I tend to get my news via the internet, so I will look principally at the BBC website.
Generally read headlines on BBC News or Twitter. Actually is the newest thing I think that has helped me stay updated on what's happening constantly and updates on a certain event.
NPR, PBS, NECN, stuff like that.
I like to say like New York Times, all that stuff, but that's not really even true. You download the app and then you realize that, I still don't have a subscription, so I don't really feel like paying for my news. I can get it pretty much anywhere.
If I'm looking for information about something, the internet's where I get stuff. If I'm looking for opinions, I look elsewhere.
How would I define the term news? Anything relevant happening today?
Wow, that's a good question.
How do I define news? Information, really, very basic.
News is stuff that's happening new.
Something that is brand new, not history. Not history yet.
News, I think it's events that are recent and affect the world.
News, I don't feel like I define it. I feel like news is something we're used to, we have an idea of it as we see it on TV, the news, Anchorman.
News is recent events that occur in the worldwide.
They tell us what's happening in the world, and we take their word on it. And I feel like a lot of the news is really just so false, and not even new, because a lot of news is whatever is interesting. Look at CNN now, they're doing stories on Taylor Swift when things we need to know about are happening on the other side of the world.
The imparting of new information to people, it's kind of in the word news, something that's new.
I can't say much because I feel like I don't watch enough news to really make a big stance on that, but
I think that's what newspapers have failed to realise that they're not in control of anymore.
It's weird because I feel like not a lot of people watch enough news, and they watch one episode of something or one news report, and they're good for the week.
What kind of news matters to you?
Political. I usually don't like sensationalist kind of celebrity news. I don't even want to call that news, though I define it as information. But I usually want to stay in touch with political, sports, generally speaking, though that can also count as socio-political. So,
Honestly, I am totally fixated on the weird Montreal killer and the face eater and stuff like that. I tend to like a little bit of the sensationalist stuff.
I like politics, things around the local area, Boston, Cambridge. That's pretty important, I guess.
I'll read the celebrity things of, what the people on Jersey Shore are doing, who's pregnant, whatever, but I kind of enjoy, unfortunately, some of the gruesome stuff that's on there.
Politics, the environment, sport,
And the arts.
the arts. Yeah, those are probably the main things.
What matters to me in the news? Maybe the way people are portrayed. Different races of people, different creeds, gender, sex, everything.
International news, local, science.
The topics that matter is you can say everything social, but it's too vague.
Political news, I think. That's for me.
it's difficult because I feel like nothing. I don't like. It's you watch the news and you say, oh, you know what, that sucks a lot over there, and it's not personal. It's not relevant to you. It's so relevant on the basis of the conversation of like what's human rights and what's what's universal, like how the universal human experience. Like, you know, like if this was me, like what would I be doing about it?
To me personally, I'm interested in world news. I think all news is important. You know, things that happen on a local scale, be it bad things or breakthroughs in technology or changes in laws. You know, whatever. I think global news is important because it's important to look at things from a worldwide perspective as opposed to just being focused on local things. Yeah.
But it's not me, and they don't make it seem like you. They make it seem like another people from far away, and I think that breeds a lot of apathy, especially in Americans, and it's tough, you know, because you want to care more than you do.